Before you get started with YouTube automation, you need to know the real unfiltered truth. Hundreds of gurus right now are pushing the faceless YouTube automation thing as a get-rich-quick scheme, but none of them are actually telling you the real realities and challenges that you'll actually face when doing it. Now, the truth is that it can be very profitable, but for most people, it's a complete waste of time. As you can see here, this is the revenue from one of my main YouTube channels, and this is the monthly revenue from this brand new YouTube channel that you're watching right now. Now, the reason I'm showing you this is to show you that I've actually got some real numbers. It's not to brag, but just to show you I am an authority figure that can actually tell you if YouTube automation is legit or not. Now, I've actually been on YouTube for years at this point, and I've scaled channels to over 100,000 subscribers. As you can see from this creator award right here, you can take a look at the channel name, even check it out for yourself. So it's safe to say I know a thing or two about YouTube and how to grow on the platform. YouTube automation is the idea that you can create YouTube videos without showing your face and without editing any of your videos, with the idea that at some point, usually towards the start, you can outsource all of the work to some editor in a different country in order to build up a profitable channel. So you pay someone to write the script, you pay someone to edit it, you pay sometimes for a voiceover in some cases, and then get a video mocked up real quick and then push it out, usually resulting in quite low quality content that sometimes can be quite saturated too. Now, I was tired with people getting misled with all these clickbait videos about YouTube automation, because as a whole it's kind of a little bit of a glamorous scam. So I decided to actually try it out for myself so you don't have to. Now, I actually know that faceless YouTube channels can actually work because I've done it myself. Before I actually got big on YouTube, I didn't actually show my face, and I had a whole bunch of viral videos just by using a voiceover. The only thing I don't like is these YouTube automation gurus basically just lying to you and telling you that you can only use a cheap sounding AI voiceover and get millions of views and then hundreds of thousands of dollars from it. Yet if you actually spend some time to actually research YouTube's terms of service, you'll see that this type of video is actually against their monetization program. So you'll either struggle to get monetized in the first place, or you'll just get demonetized sometime into doing it. Not to mention, a lot of people right now are already tired of listening to the same cookie cutter AI voices, and most people can distinguish between what's real and what's not. So here's an example of one of my most viral videos, which I actually did a few years back, which is actually a top 10 style video, which got over 1 million views. And look at the revenue that we actually made from just this video alone in comparison to the views. This is because the RPM was actually quite high. Now, it shows £3.28 for the RPM here, but at the height of its popularity, it was around £7.90, and it got literally as high as like £12 per thousand views, which is pretty high for a non-financial video, because this was just a top 10 style video for its actual niche that it was in. So now you've seen what a real channel can actually pull without showing the face, but actually using the real voice from my personal channel and some of the analytics. Now I'm going to go and show you a case study from this video's challenge that I did, where I tried the typical YouTube automation experiment in full force on. So what I first did is I started posting the typical YouTube automation style content that all of these gurus tell you to post, the ones that they tell you are profitable and that you can make thousands of dollars from. Now, I chose my own niche type of videos because that video, which I just showed you a few moments ago, did so well on my main channel back before I showed my face and did personal style videos. I decided to do more of those top 10s for our YouTube automation experiment. So what I did is I basically went on upwork.com and I hired a whole bunch of freelancers to actually edit some videos for me, and I paid them a pretty decent rate for what they did for editing some of these videos. I kind of liked this part of the challenge because I was genuinely helping people get work, even though it was just for a challenge, and I wasn't really necessarily undervaluing them because usually the rates in their countries are so low for this type of work. And also I made a few connections along the way in case I do need some real work for this channel in the future. So let's take a look at this channel and let's see how it did. Some of these videos are before the challenge. You can see here this got over 1,000 views and this one got 200 views. Now, these were posted when the channel was brand new, so YouTube was giving me that kind of artificial boost of traffic that they give to new channels to get you invested in uploading. So that's kind of like a fluke. But as we started on the actual challenge, you can see this video here, which is a top 10, got 600 views. Then we got 541 views, 145 views. Then I decided to post 3 more videos, which got 12 views, 15 views, and 17 views. So the next thing is, even though we didn't get many views, let's see if the YouTube automation gurus were right with some of these niches actually being profitable, because the figure we want to have a look at is the RPM, which is revenue per mil, which basically means for every 1,000 views you make that figure. So the first one, we only got 600 views, but we made £3.50. That's because the RPM was £5.73 3, which is pretty high. The gaming niche is around £2, which is very low, so this niche was fairly profitable. If we got 1 million views on this video, we would have literally made over $5,000. So this was technically a profitable niche, even though we only got a little views on it. Then next up, this niche was 63 cents or 63 pence RPM. So from 500 views, we didn't even make $0.50, we made 34 pence. Pretty low. The next video was £1 RPM, which is also severely low. So from 145 views, we made 15 pence, which is also terrible. And then the last video was 92 pence per 1,000 views. So from our 12 views, we made 1 pence. Pretty abysmal. Then from our 15 views on the next one, it doesn't even show the RPM, so it must have been so low, and since we didn't get enough views, it didn't even calculate it, which is pretty embarrassing. And then the last one had the most abysmal RPM I've ever seen in a YouTube video. This got 17 views and it only made 6 pence per 1,000 views. So it's safe to say the first out of these videos actually had a pretty incredible RPM. So the lesson it teaches us is you have to just keep posting to find the profitable niche and profitable topics and then double down on them. If we double down on that specific genre of top 10 videos and kept on posting consistently, then we might have actually hit a gold mine. But it's always hit or miss, as it is with YouTube normally. And the average RPM and revenue figures were pretty bad. But one thing to note is if you don't get many views in a video, it won't calculate its maximum RPM potential, because the more views you get on a video, YouTube will give you better ads. That's just how it works. Now, I decided to actually change the trajectory of this challenge after seeing this interesting information, because we weren't really getting any kind of progress and we weren't really profitable. So what I did was I saw the popularity of a lot of kick streamers at the time and people making viral clips channels. So I started to upload clips of the streamer Neon as an experiment, just to see if I'd actually get any traffic from his audience. And with only 1 day of posting, I actually only tried this experiment uploading streamer clips for like a day or a day and a half, just to see if they're actually profitable as a niche. You can see with only 1 day of posting, some of these videos got some fairly decent views. The first one got 400 views and gave us an RPM of £3.87, so we made £1.71 from this video. Low views yet again, but a decent rate for every 1,000 views. The next video we got 833 views, £2.96 RPM, so we made £2.47 from this video. And then the next one we had £1.25 per 1,000 views, and since we got 1,700 views, we made £2.11 from that video. The next one was £1.42 as an RPM, yet again quite low figures, very similar to the gaming niche's figures. We got 2,700 views on this clip and we made £3.90 from it. And then off the last one we got 118 views, the RPM was £2.81 and we made only 33 pence. So let's calculate how much we made from these clips when we made the switch to actually uploading these instead of the top 10 videos. So from those streamer clips alone, those 4 or 5 videos which we uploaded in 1 day, we got a little bit of a surge of some quick traffic and we made around £10.52. Now the RPM of some of these new videos were kind of average, but one of them had a pretty decent RPM. The one you saw was nearly £5, which is a good RPM on YouTube. So if we got some more views on that one as well, it would have been similar to the success we might have got on the first top 10 video I showed you in the first stage of this challenge. So now let's just see the earnings we've actually made on this channel since starting that challenge. It's not much, but it's interesting to see. So on this channel alone, we've made around £18.50. Not really a big figure, but it was interesting for the challenge. This also includes around 3 or 4 other videos I uploaded before this challenge started, but since we didn't have a time frame on it, I decided to include those too, because they're still the typical YouTube automation style videos that were included in that. So it's not high, but the average RPM is quite terrible for all those views, because we're averaging around 68 cents as the total average, which is pretty abysmal again. But the takeaway of this video is that the typical faceless YouTube automation doesn't really work for everyone. It can work if you make it and if you put in a whole bunch of time, but this is also from the skills that I've learned from doing YouTube for multiple years. So the promise of all these gurus about starting it and getting results in the first 30 days, kind of BS. If I posted some more videos for weeks or months on end in both those niches, I probably would have seen a little bit more traction, but it probably wasn't really worth my time with all the things I'm doing. But that's also because I'm using my own personal face and voice in these videos, and I'm not using these AI voices that these gurus typically tell you to utilize. And also, it's not really going to usually be profitable for the first few months, because at the very start you just absolutely bleed in cash, because you have to spend money on editors, and if you're not using using your own voice, which I actually did, technically a little bit of a cheat in the challenge, then you're also gonna have to pay for voiceovers too. Most video editors, it was around $10 to $20 per video, which is a very low rate because that was their first video they edited for me, and it was also the total price per video because I recorded the voiceover and I also wrote the script. But if you don't write the script and you don't really have script writing skills and you outsource everything like the gurus tell you to, it's gonna cost you like £60 per video, and you've seen how much revenue we made from each one. It wasn't even profitable. But maybe if you build a library of hundreds of videos after like a year, you might get to a level where it is. Now, I could have edited these videos for myself, but kind of staying true to the challenge, that would have been completely cheating if I did everything myself, which is why I decided to hire people. Because the whole point of what these gurus teach is you hiring other people to do the heavy lifting for you when making your videos. You're kind of just relaxing with that typical passive income smug face that the YouTube gurus upload as the thumbnails and do none of the work technically when making the videos, which is also a lie. But we had to do it to be realistic in trying the challenge as humble to the actual concept as possible. So don't believe all the hype you hear online. Don't click on that clickbait get rich quick scheme because it's not always going to work and it's just sapping away all your dopamine. Now, if you want to learn how to really grow your YouTube channel and grow a real personal brand that will actually turn into an active income for you so you can eventually quit your job, then I can help you out with that. If you have the fear of being on camera, maybe you're too worried that YouTube is way too saturated to get any kind of success and there's too much competition, that you don't have any kind of consistency or patience to actually succeed, you have no clue or idea on how the YouTube algorithm works and promotes videos, how to even get video ideas that get any kind of traction, or how to even build a loyal audience who actually watches you consistently, or dealing with criticism from people in the first place for even starting, then let me guide you along the way. Click the link down below. You can get a completely free book from me which tells you a whole bunch of hacks on how to succeed on YouTube. And if you're determined to actually get some quicker success and get some one-on-one guidance along the way, you can sign up for a free call with me for a one-on-one mentorship. Just click the link down below. It's completely free to sign up to see if you're actually the right fit to get started. I've scaled the channel to over 100,000 subscribers, so you can rest assured that I am the right person to help you out with the job. Let's get you some success you actually deserve on YouTube. Because these gurus telling you can buy a Lambo from doing a get rich quick scheme are just trying to take your money. Also, you can check out the link right down below too in the description. It should be there as well. It's the link to Creator Central, which is basically the biggest, best YouTube content creator community right now. It has an amazing course in there on how to get started on YouTube and how to get your first success, how to get the right equipment, how to get started editing your own videos, how to actually find a niche to even begin with, and how to do research for video titles, how to understand how the algorithm works, which is actually told by a real member of the YouTube research team, which is where I got the information from, and also a growing supportive community to help you along the way and support you and give you motivation. If that interests you at all and you want 2024 to be your year with YouTube, click the links down below and sign up, and I'll see you inside. Also, make sure to like the video and subscribe if you want to see more challenges like this and business videos, because we're trying to grow the channel and offer a whole bunch of free value this year. See you soon.